Welcome back to the channel. This is the Racing Review, Episode 5. Let's get into the review and look at the horses that I think you should follow. The best performances of the weekend, the unluckiest performance of the weekend. Let's get into the review. The extreme best performance of this week goes to Tuvalu. This horse, I know I sacked her a couple of weeks ago, but this horse really showed her class on Saturday. Really went to another level, and look, she's just got a high cruising speed, and she can sprint off that and win, and that's exactly what she did. She made those horses look second rate. Sir Davy, Mystery Shot were the ones chasing, and there are a couple behind that are on a Melbourne Cup path or weren't any good anyway. But Tuvalu, Group 1 horse in the making. I think we've seen another star this week.
And Tuvalu won the Winter Championship from Sir Davy, Mystery Shot.
The first best performance we're going to look at this week is Bell. This horse had a trial, winning it by 8 lengths. Now, its debut performance wasn't that impressive, only winning by about half a length. But it was strong. It was a very strong win. And he was there to be beaten. You know, Tesla had his chance, and Bell fought on and won. It was a very good performance, particularly as it was on debut. And I think that this horse is going places.
He's finding sufficient, this young 2-year-old, and Bell.
The second best performance of the week, and we're going to look at, is Mega Mia. Now, this horse, I had egg on my face after she won on Saturday because, look, it was a good win. She bombed the start, picked him up, went past him, won like a good thing, and you know, she was the favourite, but she was sent out like $1.50, $1.60 pop. And I think off that win, she should have been. And I underestimated her. I'm going to have to admit that. I did underestimate her, and she beat a good field, and I think she can go on with it now and win again at a next start. The third best performance of the weekend is Serious Suspect. Now, he's just such an old war horse, this boy. He's got a very good liking for the Flemington 1200 metres. Pardon me. And he hadn't won, but he'd been running really good races, like a lot of people said he was. And a lot of people, you know, there are flaws in a lot of the other horses, like a lot of people said, where this horse, a lot of them couldn't find a flaw. I was questioning him, could he win, because he hadn't won for a long time, but he proved this class and he was way too good for the field. My selection, sartorial, Splendor, was running on from the back. The unluckiest performance of the week is Mimi's Award, and considering I couldn't find a lot in that category, I put it as Mimi's because, look, she almost delivered on the promise that she's always shown, that she's a stayer, that she's going to handle the distance. She handled the distance fine, but she laid out over the concluding stage, and that cost her the race. And that's why Brett Preble and Mombaher put in a protest, because it was a very close margin, and the protest got upheld. And I personally think the stewards did a good thing in upholding the protest, because the amount of room that Mimi's shifted out definitely cost Mombaher coming over the line first, but not the win. The first horse to follow is Sartorial Splendor. I'm convinced this horse is back, but I'm not convinced the horse runs 1200. Every chance yesterday to run on a win, didn't. Back to 1100, 1,000 metres down the straight. It's got to turn her foot, and she will show it. She'll win a lot of races down that straight, I can promise you. And even Caulfield, 1,000 or 1,100. Brown to bench, she can still kick off it and win, because she did win a very good race earlier in the year at Caulfield. Good run, but I think Flemington's going to be her track in the future. But I'm not putting it down as just a Flemington horse, though. And the second horse to follow, we actually got up to Queensland for this one, and it's Goldsbrough. Kingston's here was the favourite for the race, and I thought he was very disappointing because, you know, he had the runs on the board, he had the wins on the board, he was the one that I had on top. You know, Goldsbrough was my second selection, and, you know, put paid to Kingston's here very quickly and won like a very good horse, and it is a very good horse because I don't think it's ever missed the top 3 in its career. Good horse, one to follow. Thank you so much for watching the racing review again. I hope you've enjoyed it for episode 5, and I'll see you next week for some more racing.